Hola mis amigos and welcome to Lindita's Kitchen. I am Lindita. Today we're going to be making some meatball soup. And what is that? Caldo de Albondigas. Oh, it is so delicious. It's got a little meat and a lot of veggies and a lot of love. So let's get started. I've got 3 carrots, no? 3 carrots, and you can get the bigger, you can make them bigger or small, whatever size that you would like. And we're just gonna chop these up. What I like to do is not so much bite size. Okay, that's my bite size. So you do your bite size, okay? So we're gonna just chop these up. All right. Alrighty. And if you like carrots, you can add more. Don't feel that you have to. I know. But I do. I love carrots, and my other recipes I've added a lot more. But for this one, let me tell you, I'm going to put this aside over here. We're going to stack these up. And I've got 3 celery. And they can be, to your liking. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just chop these babies up. Get rid of the ends. And we're going to use 2 potatoes. And I've already peeled them, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut them in half. And quarter them, just like that. Again, little kind of like bite size. Oh. Perfect. Here's my little scooper here. And they all go in like different times, and I'll show you once we start throwing them into the soup. Okay, so, and I've also got 2 nice sized zucchinis. And that is optional, a lot of people, my husband's not, Mr. Lindita is not a big fan of them, but you know what? I am. So guess I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to use them. Okay. And like I said, right over here. And for the zucchini, yeah, take off the little cabecitas, the tops. And again, you can cut them in half. And, they make them, a lot of the soups, you can have big chunks or you can have bite size. And I like bite size, don't you? Yeah, I know. Right, Ian? He likes his bite size. He's nodding yes again. Yep. These are a little on the bigger end. We're going to put these in at the end. So I'm going to set this over here on the side because this is the last vegetable that you'll throw into this recipe. And if you want them just half, you can have them. Half them. Just like that. The other ones I did quarter. So, and if you need to, just, there you go. That's it. That's all you got to do. All right. So that's part of the soup. And, later, you'll need 2. And these are already fresh here. They're already peeled at the grocery store. So what I'm going to do later is I'm going to chop these down because I've got then I need to cut these down. So there's going to be like 4 little pieces in there. So I'm going to save this for later. I'm going to save myself too. All right. And we have about, I have about 10 to 12 little red tomatoes. What are these? Potatoes. And what I do at the end is, before I put them in, is I'll just cut them in half. I just want to keep them whole right now. So I'm going to set this aside. And then, so excited. Oh, I threw these in my little, oh, this is so fun, right? Okay, that's what we want to do. Okay, so what I want to do next is the onion. And what you're going to need for this recipe is 1 onion, and we're gonna use half of it. I'm gonna cut it in half, all right? And we're gonna use, I'm gonna put this aside here. Cut the tip. That was fun. Okay, now we're gonna take 1/2 and then we're gonna cut that in half. And we're gonna save this for our sauce, our broth, whichever way. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna chop this down. Dice, well, you can do them. This is actually gonna go into the meat, part of the meat recipe. And then we're gonna put the other half into the sauce. So I wanna chop these up a little bit on the fine side. This is when you start dancing, a little tap dancing while you're chopping away. I know my son's over there laughing at me going, oh, can't believe it either. But that's okay. You know what? That's what it's all about. We're gonna take 1 little bunch of cilantro, okay? So I'm gonna put this to the side. This is for my meat mixture. I may chop that up a little bit more. We'll see. Alrighty. And then for the cilantro, like I said, a little bunch, just like this. You can put it in your hand. And if you are not a fan of cilantro, you can put in parsley. You know, your herb. You know, whatever you want to put in there. And I usually use my stems. You can peel them off, and I don't. I like to cook with the whole thing. My mother used to say, "Le da más sabor." It gives it more flavor. And it does. Just like that. So we're gonna chop these up. Ta-da. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add them to my onions, because that's all gonna go together. Perfect. I see. So now that we have our vegetables all ready to go, I'm gonna go ahead and get my meat set up and we'll start mixing that up, okay? And I'll clean this up. Now for the meatballs, what I have is 2 pounds of the ground beef. Ground beef, so that's all you need for this recipe. We're gonna add to it 1 tablespoon of pepper, black pepper. As you know, we love our pepper here. So we're gonna add our pepper. I have 1 tablespoon of the Mexican oregano. And I like to kind of crunch it up a little bit here. Just like that. Yeah, give it that crunch in there. 1 tablespoon of the garlic salt. And it's about a half a teaspoon of the cumin, ground cumin. I'm gonna toss that in there just like that. And a teaspoon of your kosher salt. Wow, that's a lot of ingredients, right? Okay, we're not done yet, because we're gonna go ahead and add Linditas. I'm using 1 ounce pack of Linditas mild salsa mix. And this gives it that punch that you need. It's just gonna woo! You can get this at linditasalsa.com. So we're gonna go ahead and add the whole pack, 1 pack, and 1/2 cup of the white grain rice. Long grain, 2 eggs, and I'm using the large eggs. Go ahead and toss that in there. Ooh. And then remember that 1/4 onion that I cut with the cilantro, a little bunch. We're gonna go ahead and toss that in there in our meat mixture. So I have this little gadget here. I'm gonna help start mixing it up, just to kind of get everything a little blended for me. Así. Now I'm going to use my hands. Get this party started. So you're going to dig in. Actually, I could just use my left hand here. Get all your ingredients mixed really well. And you'll see, oh, the aromas are just, you can smell the oregano, linditas, the onions, garlic. Get it all in there. We're going to mix it really well. And you'll see here shortly what you're going to need before you make your meatballs. Oh, yeah. See, now it's starting to get thick. And that's the texture that you want. You want to get all of those ingredients mixed up really well. Kids will love this. I remember when I was little, get my hands into it. Oh, yeah. And that's that feeling that you're going to get when you make this. It feels good. Mix all your spices, your onions, cilantro, todo, all of it. Just like this. Look how beautiful that is. That's what you want. I'm going to clean it up and we're going to start rolling them up into bolitas, okay? Now it's meatball time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a little bolita like this. I'm going to put it on the middle of my hand here. And you don't have to make them really big, okay? I kind of like them like bite size almost. You can cut them in half once you'll see once you put it in the soup. Okay, so that's the size that we're going to look at right there. All right, so I'm going to set them up and we'll see how many we come out because I like them that size. Everybody has their own preference. If you like them really big, like meatballs, well, go for it, okay? But I'm just saying, I like them this size. And I've had them all different sizes, so I prefer this. Okay? So that's all you do is use both of your hands, así, and you roll it, roll it, roll it. Do a little song and dance if you want while you're doing it, but así. Okay, so I'm going to continue this process for a little bit, and then we'll get right back to you. Okay. Ooh la la, check these out. My goodness, we made about 35 meatballs. I know, and Ian helped me. Can you tell which ones are his? I know, and they're going to be delicious. So I'm going to set these aside over here. And we'll get started with our broth. So for our broth, you're going to need 8 of the Roma tomatoes, about this size. And I've already cut these up over here, so you get an idea. They come in different sizes. So let's just say we're going to cut those in half. And then we're going to toss those right into our blender. Wow. I see. There's a lot of, yeah. And remember the quarter onion that we had? All right, I'm just going to chop that in half just to kind of help it out a little bit. And I'm using 3 cloves. And 1 tablespoon of the chicken bouillon. And it's got the tomato base in there too as well. So we're going to toss that in there just like that. And then a half a teaspoon of the ground cumin. That's all you need. Ground cumin. So we're going to toss that in there. And we've got one more. I'm using these awesome peppers, the chipotle peppers with the sauce, adobe sauce. And they're about this size, so you're going to need about 2. And we're going to toss them in. And you can add more. And, just so you know, this is the brand that I use, Brasa. And it's a chipotle pepper and the adobe sauce. And so that way you can pick them up at your local grocery store. Real easy. And they're delicious. You can always add a little bit more if you'd like. We're going to add about 4 cups of water into this. Whoa, let's see how it goes. It's going to be pretty full. Oh, it's almost ate there. We're gonna add a little bit more broth to it as well. So, let's toss this on there. I know, it's got all these delicious flavors in there. Okay, this is when you like go, okay, fit. It worked a little while ago, so. There we go, it's ready. I see. Whew. I know, it's gonna get a workout now. So we're gonna go high on this for about 1.5 minutes, let's say. And this is when you dance for 1.5 minutes. Nice and smooth. Okay, it went over a little bit. Okay, about 2 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna pop this lid right off. And it says about 8 cups right here. So I'm gonna just stir it up. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Perfecto. Okay, so now let's head over and we're gonna toss everything into our little Dutch oven. In my Dutch oven, I've already set it up to like a medium heat. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little olive oil on the bottom, just to kind of coat it a little bit. Oh, you can tell it's already ready. It's nice and warm. Perfect. So now we're gonna add our broth, slowly. Whoa. Yeah, beautiful. So that was, that was about, we said 8 cups. And now we're gonna add 4 of the beef broth. This is 4 cups total. Perfect. Now we're gonna give it a little stir. And we're gonna bring it to a boil. I'm gonna turn up the heat, cover it, and bring it to a boil. Ooh, okay. Now that it's boiling, just like this, nice. I'm gonna go ahead and slowly drop my meatballs in. One by one. You wanna be gentle with them because you don't want them to break apart. Nice, I do it in a little circle and then keep going. I just don't want them to take a high dive in there, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now we're gonna slowly move them around. I see, just like this. Now I'm gonna bring down the heat a little bit to a medium boil, kind of like a, medium boil. And we're gonna cover it for 20 minutes and then we'll come back to revisit. All right. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my, look how beautiful. Perfect. Perfect timing now to add the rest of your ingredients. So I'm gonna toss in my corn. Just like that. And then let's add all of the rest of our ingredients in. Don't forget my papitas. I love color in my food, so that really does add, it's a little added taste. So we're gonna give it another stir. And then we'll be back in 20 minutes. Let it cook up. At a kind of like a medium heat, medium low. Perfect. Let's cover it up. All right, 20 minutes are up. Oh my goodness. Oh, look how beautiful. And it's gonna be so delicious once we have it. But what's left is my zucchini. So remember we used 2. We're gonna mix it up in here. How colorful that is. Wait till we serve it up. Oh my. Okay, we got 10 minutes, and that's all you'll need for the zucchini. You want them a little on the firm side yet. So it's still on. Now I'm just bringing it down to a low heat, and it's gonna slowly boil for like that for 10 minutes, and then we'll serve it up. It's been 10 minutes. Ooh la la. How beautiful that is. Oh, check this out. Oh man. Can you taste this? I'm gonna be in a few. So let's serve it up. Mira, mis amigos, we are done. Our meatball soup. Albondigas. It's not going to be the same. Of course, we use Linditas. And you want to top it off with a little bit more, do the little chipotle sauce with the peppers and our cilantro, onion, and of course, fresh corn tortillas. Nice and steamy. Top it off with a little bit of lime here. Squeeze on a little lime. Woo! Just like that. And of course, you want to sprinkle on some more love. Add Linditas. For this recipe and many more, just go to linditasalsa.com. Until next time, mis amigos, enjoy y salud.